For me, the real spark, the real kind of moment, and it was the single most important moment in my career, came when somebody walked by my desk rather casually and said, "Paul, have you heard about podcasting?" Right? This was 2005. And I like nodded vaguely, meaning I'm going to pretend that I do, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Right. And they said, you should kind of look into that. That might be interesting for us. Right. And so I looked into it and thought, well, this is really interesting for us. And launched Harvard Business Review's first podcast, the HBR Idea Cast, which is still going very, very strong, thanks to the work of people who took this from me and built it, but launched that in 2005. And that began to open up the idea of digital products for Harvard Business Review, and the idea of creating new things that fit the emerging media, right, that consumers were beginning to adopt. Podcast was the first, and the iPhone came out the following year. I'm not sure I'm getting my timeline. Was it 2006 or 2008? It was somewhere in there. And so we had apps. Then there was the iPad, and then we had the social web opening up. So there was these series of, in hindsight, I think major technological innovations. We weren't sure which were. We also bet on some things that didn't pan out. That was part of the game you played. But I kind of landed in this space where I had the curiosity to go exploring, and was eventually kind of given a good amount of latitude by some senior stakeholders at Harvard Business Review, to whom I am eternally grateful, kind of build out a new products function.